The second half of our 2025 Winter AD podcast start today, and we're ready to talk all things Mariemont Warriors with AD Tom Nerl. Coach, how are we doing on this blustery day?
We're doing well, Rob. It looks like the last nice day before we get the freezer again. But
Coming back.
a crazy week last week trying to get back into school, and we were fortunate. We came back in on Wednesday, just had the two snow days, and the schedule didn't take too big of a hit. Boys basketball lost one. Our junior highs will make one up, but yeah, some of these schools that were out all week and not practicing makes it tough on them. But we're really fortunate, with our four communities, people get out and clear the roads, and it's nice and safe for us. And um, it's just great to keep the kids in a routine, but it's also great that the kids can go and keep their activities instead of just going out sled riding and that gets old. So yeah, we have this week where we wrap up our third quarter academically,
Okay.
and then back after it's almost time to roll the schedule over and start the second half of the league. So we're
Wow.
underway.
Yeah, sounds great. Well, let's start with boys basketball. Uh,
Yeah.
and looks like they have a very busy week ahead. Looks like they've got three games tonight at home against the Blue Devils.
Yeah.
Tuesday, travel to Batavia, and then on the road at Indian Hill. So three tough ones for the boys. Let's get the fans up to speed with how boys basketball is going.
Yeah, they've had a rough patch over the Christmas break. They played the Catholic school out of Pittsburgh in the McNick basketball classic right before break, and that's a pretty good, private school traveling team, and ran into it there. Had Wyoming at the Cintas Center over break, and thinking that a college floor might spread them out a little bit. Boy, they came out hot, and we came out cold. And then the next night struggled against Northwestern. So kind of a tough break, tough Christmas break for the boys, but they came back last week. Got to win over Deer Park, trailed all three quarters until the fourth one, and they came out with a 4-point win there. So that's a good bounce back win for them. Had the Mighty Panthers from Elder come in here on Saturday. That's always a challenge. You look at playing a fast Northwest team. You play the team out of Pittsburgh, and then throw the Panthers on there. That's a tough order for any team. But
Right.
uh, they just played. They just Elder. It's D1 basketball. It's a
Yes.
big D1 basketball. It's a big school. He had 800 boys over there.
And
And
Joe's teams always play good D.
they do. They play good D, and they're solid. There's no mistakes here. But they love to shoot in the Mariemont High School gym. I think last year or 2 years ago when they were here, I think they shot 70% from 3-point range, and then the other night just in fuego again. And in the fourth quarter, one kid hit one from the far quarter, and Coach Caldwell just he kind of turns and he's laughing, not at anyone in particular. He goes, "They just don't miss here." And I said something to Joe Schoenfeld after the game. I was like, "Holy cow!" I was like, "You guys just don't miss threes." He goes, "I know." He goes, "We come in here and we're like, we've been 1 for 7, we've been 2 for 10, 3 for 12, and we just struggle." He goes, and I was like, "Yeah, your guys love shooting here." I said, "You have a makeup game with Moeller on Tuesday. I can give you guys a really good rate if you want to come here and just fire away."
It's so funny.
Um, yeah, talking to one of their boys, and he didn't miss. And coach asked him, he goes, "Did you? How many did you miss tonight?" He said a free throw, and I said, "Yeah, you were too close." But yeah, last time they were here, which is funny for not a regular gym. We're not a league gym for them. It's every other year. But boy, they just shot the lights out with that. But with Reading here tonight, we prepped for them on Friday. That got canceled. So Reading here tonight at Batavia, another big school challenge, bigger school challenge. They're awful big and physical out there. And then Friday we'll go up to our neighbors on the hill. That'll be a fun night. It's a boys girls doubleheader. Girls
Oh,
JV
great.
at 4:30, girls varsity at 6, and boys at 7:30. So that'll be a lot of fun. We did that earlier here with the teams. A lot of energy in the gym. I'm sure that'll be a lot of energy in the gym there as well. Just kicking off the second round of the CHL schedule, and hopefully we can make some noise. Be nice to get a sweep. Last couple of years we split that series. Really be nice to start the second round of the season with a win against the Braves.
So now next year, Coach, will you guys go to Elder and play at their place? Is that kind of an ongoing?
We do. Yeah, we went there and Coach Caldwell, he asked his juniors, you guys want to do this again? And yeah, it's a different gym to play in.
Yes.
It's a challenge, and we know it's a challenge. I mean, as I said, it's just a different speed.
Yeah.
It's D1 basketball, it's GCL basketball. It's just a different speed. But which is good because it's also where you want to be in February. You got to have some experience, and we're going to face some teams, hopefully out of our district when we get to the tournament. So we'll go over there. The two times that gone over there have been Saturday afternoons, which is a little different. But we're going to go into the belly of the beast next year and play the first Friday of the boys' basketball season. So I'm sure we will get the whole raucous elder student section on a Friday night, which spending my
Great
first life,
experience.
it'll be something. I think there's a scene in Gladiator that might be the same for a couple for a couple people before the first fight, but it'll be an experience, and it's a big environment. I don't care. I don't care where you play basketball. A big environment is good. Back when I was an official, and just started cutting my teeth on the varsity level, and we would work, varsity games in Lynchburg or Williamsburg or North Adams or
Huh.
Ripley. And it doesn't matter. Friday night in the gym is Friday night in the gym, and everyone loves their basketball and is just get the place rocking. It's a lot
Yeah.
of fun. So it'll be a challenge for our kids, but we're going to get through the next 10, 12, hopefully 15 games here that we have to go with our season with the new expanded playoffs with Division 5 level.
Mhm.
Looking forward to see how those draws fall out here in a couple weeks. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's great. Good luck to them. Let's go to the girls' side. Talk girls basketball. Well, they're having a nice season, Coach. And let's see. Looks like another busy week for them as well.
Yeah, it's been kind of quiet. They don't get a lot of publicity and a lot of pictures in the paper. We put them out there. A very nice win to start the break against Madera. Just back and forth. Madera is very similar to us in record and in size and talent, and that's a really good win to kick off the break with. They came back over break and beat Blanchester pretty handily, and then a Talawanda team with some veteran leadership there, but they're going to be young next year. But I think a 3-point win against Talawanda to win our Holiday Classic. That was a good W for him. That was a very good W for him. Good challenging W. Wins against Wyoming and Deer Park, last week, and then with Williamsburg coming in, Williamsburg's having a very nice season out in their league as well in Southern Buckeye. Very nice team, very talented. They got a lot of 2 and 3 sport athletes on their team, but pretty much a convincing win to wrap things up on Saturday, an 8-point win. So we're gaining our confidence. Our younger players are gaining a lot of confidence. We're really young with 3 seniors on that team. So girls will go to New Richmond tonight on the road. They'll come back with Reading here on Wednesday, and then they'll play in the doubleheader with the boys at Indian Hill on Friday night. So Indian Hill got us in the first game. Some early season jitters, I think, and yeah, Indian Hill's pretty talented, and they've got a lot of depth there. So that's going to be a challenge. So hopefully we're ready for the crowd and ready for the challenge with that. So a big week for them. Hopefully we can tack on 3 more wins. We'll take what we can get. Then next week the boys and girls will come back on Wednesday, and we'll have a sources of strength mental health game with Finneytown on Wednesday. So
Okay.
we'll do JV boys at 4:30 next Wednesday. We'll do varsity girls at 6, which will also be their senior night, and then varsity boys at 7:30. But as we said, mental health awareness night with the Wildcats, and that'll be a fun night next Wednesday. Just a lot of different activities going on, a lot of different recognitions to get our boys and girls together again. We've had a lot of boy-girl doubleheaders this year. Just trying some things differently in the league. The first half of the schedule, girls were Tuesday, Friday, boys were Wednesday, Saturday. Some of that carries over into next year. We probably have more boy-girl doubleheaders than a lot of schools. And it's fun. We get the band there for both games, get the cheerleaders out. It's a nice mix. requires a lot of moving parts on both sides to move locker rooms and and get transportations here at different time. You put your freshman boys JV on another night, but we've been doing it across the league. Some, it's good to mix things up, and we'll see how that goes going forward. But yeah, good luck to the girls this week.
Coach, do you see within your CHL league, do you see that happening more of the boy girls doubleheader, or do you like the amount that you're doing it right now, or do you see that increasing as years come on?
Well, I think it's going to be a staple of our schedule going forward. We have a few next year the way we made the schedule that teams can do it on their own. We've kind of pushed it a little bit this year, and then I know going forward, it's kind of funny, we're talking about 27, 28 schedule that we're working on already and just how we're structuring that, but just building a couple weeks in there that we can do it, get the girls on Friday nights, just mix up the schedule. The problem we ran into this year and the thing that we've learned is, our girls, you mix the schedules up and girls go Tuesday, Friday, boys go Wednesday, Saturday, is now you're out of sync with the rest of the city
Okay,
because most of the city is still, even girls, all girls schools, girls GCL, they're still, Wednesday, they might be Tuesday, Saturday, or Wednesday, Saturday. And so finding non-league games in the early part of the season is really tough unless you want to go back to back. You see our boys go back to back on some Friday, Saturdays. But if the girls, they don't have a lot of back-to-back games, and so one acclimating them to that and then making those adjustments. So the back half of the schedule for the girls this year is really loaded because of just being out of kilter. So it's just something we're working through. We've made some adjustments on the league schedule for next year, and then going in, like I said, already working on the 27 schedule league wise on just how that works out, and then making sure you have enough officials.
sure.
Because we're using twice as many varsity officials on a Friday night now. We do a boys girls doubleheader. So Ray Vaughn is our signer. Ray's done a great job, not only with the snowouts and the cancellations, but accommodating us and getting us the officials for those games. So it's a lot. It's fun. It's a nice change. Um, yeah, I think it would wear out its appeal if you did it every week. But I
Hmm.
think we've done enough. We've done a lot. We've had the two early on with Indian Hill and Madera. We're doing the one with Finneytown. We're doing it at Indian Hill. So, a third of the schedule, fourth of the schedule, maybe.
Okay,
It's pretty good to mix things up that way.
fantastic. Well, best of luck to both boys and girls basketball as
Thanks.
they're definitely in the second half and getting ready for tournament time here before you know it. So
Yeah.
let's go to the other small hardwood and talk boys and girls bowling.
Yeah. Bowlers are off. Bowlers had a great win last week. Went to Western Bowl, historic Western Bowl. Home of the Hoinky Classic,
Yes,
and,
sir.
and got the upset against Taylor. Taylor is probably the bench setter, the benchmark setter in our league for boys bowling. Been to the districts, just a real strong program. Went over there and stole the win from them. So two of our bowlers having, I believe it was Adam and Barr having great games with that to carry them, beat them in the Baker rounds. So good wins for them
Great.
last week. I believe they got the win against Wyoming last week too. So they're on a little bit of a run here for being a young team. So they will have Deer Park at Madison Bowl on Wednesday and Thursday, a home game and an away match as they warm things up back. So just getting back into a routine with them. And the girls are doing well. They continue to improve. A very young team, no seniors, just doing good things there. So 2 days at Madison Bowl this week, 4 o'clock both days, Wednesday and Thursday,
Any
both against.
update on the kitchen, Tom?
No, nothing you So Domino's is getting kind of old over there. Domino's and La Rosa's getting kind of old over there. You need some good cheddar, some good cheesy fries, or
No doubt.
the big whatever the triple burger they had over there. Um, so yeah,
Got to get
they
the kitchen
continue to
back.
improve, but a lot of improvements over there.
Yeah.
I'll get over this week and see what they have.
Give us an update next week.
Yes, sir.
All right, sounds good. Let's wrap up this week's show. Let's jump into the pool and talk boys and girls swimming.
Jumping into the pool. Yeah, so kind of a slow week, but a busy week for the swimmers. I mean, they've been busy. They came back, had a meet against Turpin. missing some swimmers as we wrapped up the Christmas break. And then last week with Madera and Seven Hills in here, getting back into the flow of things. They go out to Milford today. Kind of an unusual match. Little Miami and Milford at Milford. The only time we swim in Milford is in the coaches classic, which will be this weekend. So it'll be a busy weekend for the swimmers. They'll swim today at Milford at 5:30, and then this Saturday they'll be in the coaches classic Saturday and Sunday. I believe their preliminaries are at Milford at 9 a.m. And then
Hmm.
people who qualify, and we expect to have a few of them, Quinn Heiss and Julia Bull will should be back in the finals at Keating on the evenings for both of those. Largest indoor high school swim meet in the country is the
Yes,
Southwest Coaches Classic, and that's this weekend. So good luck to our swimmers and divers as they compete in that this week.
perfect. Well, as always, Tom, thanks for taking your time. Good luck to all the Warriors this week. I think it's going to be cold with a little bit of snow, but hopefully no cancellations. And best of luck. And we'll touch base in 2 weeks and get everybody up to speed with the Warriors.
No better place to be when it's cold than in a high school gym or a high school pool. So everyone come on out. You can find us on MariemontSports.com. Rob, thanks for your work again. Hope the new year's off to a good start for you. So we'll see everybody in a couple of weeks.
Sounds good, Tom. Have a great week.
Thanks, Rob. You too. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Have a good week, Tom.